the idea of the river, it, I think it's pretty much probably the best way of explaining, as many people probably do, grace and God's love for us. When when you look at it and associate the idea of the calmness of a river to represent the peace in our hearts after whatever turmoil, whatever's going on, and we reflect and think, you know what, no matter what happens, what we've done, God has given us grace. That that provides us with peace. And when we look at and think about how he died for us, that's kind of conflicting. At first, you think this is kind of terrible, and it becomes more like a rapid in your mind, or at least in mine, where I think, you know what? Why? Like, what really was going on? What brought God to think, you know what? I'm going to go on and die. And not only was it just he went on and died, and no, it was a brutal occurrence of a whole weekend that people were beating him and they hung him up on a cross. And though it's a terrible thing, out of it something so beautiful came. And because of that, we are saved. It's a really beautiful concept. In the second half of this program, which we're about to come to, I found a series of a cycle of spirituals by the author Roland Hayes, by the composer Roland Hayes, who was a very famous black musician. He was one of the first world-renowned black musicians that sang spirituals, art songs, all sorts of music. And he took the passion cycle of Jesus and he put it to music, which many people have done, but this version that I found and listened to and then now I'm singing, it really is pointed at some of the brutal parts of that situation. And as you'll soon hear, it's pretty heavy, but then throughout it, there's an undertone of brightness, and it comes to a point where you can kind of see the end in sight, and you can kind of be there to see, hey, I know there's something better that's coming. And just like when you're looking at an actual river, no matter how rough it gets at whatever point it is, it calms out. Regardless of what's going on at the beginning, it may start off little and then grow, and then it'll become something really crazy, and you won't know what's going on. But then eventually, as you travel and as you pass through, it calms down, and you're in a place of peace again.